Hey guys, sorry for the long wait on a regular video. I was trying out shorts for a bit, but I have this evolution of my style that I wanted to share with you because it's not too crazy different from my normal style, but it's different enough to be like, okay, maybe I should explain it. So typically whenever I started this one out, I started with this one idea for a head pose and ended up not liking it and changing it later. But the goal for this particular artwork was low contrast. The difference between the brights and the darks or black point is very small in this particular artwork. There's still a level of contrast to it, but it's a much low contrast artwork. So here we have the basic head shape. We're actually changing the proportions of my artwork a little bit. We're going for almost a chibi-esque facial structure, but a little bit of an actual human body proportions with it. So it's a bit odd, but think of it like the style of head shape I'm going for. Think of things like Lucky Star, like the large head, chibi-esque looking, but the body is a little more in the ballpark of a normal body proportion. So it's kind of like a mix between chibi and regular anatomy. So I hope I didn't explain that terribly. I did my best, but as you can see, the hand is also very much something that's a bit chunkier as opposed to typical anime hands. But yes, so here we have the basic body shape, body type. Now, you saw in the beginning of the video the original idea with the hair. I just went nuts with the hair. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. You'll also notice with this particular art style that the eyes are a whole lot bigger. And that's something that I might adjust as I kind of get this style more fleshed out and kind of figure it out a bit more. But I like the large eyes, but I want to kind of play with them to find the correct balance of eye size compared to head ratio. So the large eyes and large head makes it look cuter, but whenever you make something look cute, you run the risk of making it also look childlike. So whenever you're drawing things, it's kind of a mixed bag because you need to find a balance between looking cute and making sure that you're not sexualizing the character. And I know that's not a problem for some people, but for me personally, I do feel a little bit awkward whenever I do it intentionally or unintentionally. It's kind of it's a little weird. But that's just my personal opinion. If you don't feel that's the case, it's all good. But yes, we have the basic style. You'll notice that the hair is a lot more chunky as well. And that is by design because the entire character is a bit rounder, and I just kind of want the hair to match the style as well. So we are going for kind of chunkier strands of hair, a little more flowy but thick is the best way to put it. So, oddly enough, I just went into this one going in crazy detail. Yeah, I don't actually do real line art on this one, even though it's super polished in terms of the sketch. To the point where I was looking at it maybe I don't need to line this one because I definitely put a lot of effort into making the lines in the work in progress really precise. So it's kind of one of those things where it's well, I don't think I need to line this one, and maybe in the future I could do more like this as well. I have more of this particular style coming, but here's the part in the video, if you've made it to this particular point, where I ask you to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this style so far, and, hit the bell to get notified for whenever I release a new video. YouTube is kind of mad at me because I'm not making consistent videos, and that's understandable. But just know that I'm not going anywhere, even if my videos don't go anywhere. I enjoy making videos too much. I enjoy reading y'all's comments. I enjoy people asking questions on how I do things. It feels good to actually make these videos and learn from you guys. So If you have any questions about this new style, questions about art in general or the channel, please ask me in the comments. I will 100% answer you. I really enjoy answering, and right now I'm small enough to where I can answer all your comments. Maybe in the future, if I do actually somehow make it on YouTube, I'll have to forego that ability, but for now, we are in a good place for me to actually answer y'all's questions and do whatever it is that you want answered. So you'll notice that, just like my other artworks, my colors are maintaining the same consistency, very desaturated and kind of pale. And that's actually a good thing, because you can add color back in later using a saturation layer or add glow for the lighting. That's typically what I do. And I'll balance out my artwork using the saturation layer, just to kind of like make certain parts desaturated and other parts more saturated. And the reason why you want to do that is it adds balance to the artwork. But as you can see, I went crazy with the hair this time, and I want to do this more in the future. I actually really, really like putting as much detail as I did in the hair in this one, and I want to keep doing that just because it looks messy, but also the way it flows, it leads the eye back to the face, and that's just like one of those things that I always love. In terms of the clothes, you'll notice I use a multiply layer to add a soft gradient, and then another multiply layer on top of it, so that both the gradient and the original base tone gets affected by the second multiply layer. So I actually would recommend that you do that, because multiply layers are powerful tools, and they are great. You'll notice the top of the ear is a little more red than the inner ear, and that's because the way light affects the ear, it's very thin cartilage at the top, so what happens is light shines right through it. I was looking at pictures of shirts to kind of understand the wrinkles on this particular artwork. I know how the breasts are affected by button-up shirts, so like I didn't need to look up anything for that. But the sleeves, I did look up something for. Button-up shirts or dress shirts crease a lot more, but they also have like a level of balance to them, if that makes sense. So that's basically what I did. Hold 1 second, I'm gonna pause and start right up again. So right there, what we did was we created a selection using the magic wand, and we're only affecting those areas using an airbrush. Here we go. I'm just kind of making little adjustments to see what works. We are also adding a gradient in the hair using a multiply layer yet again. And then once again, we're stacking multiply layers. Now, this is just the way I do it. It's not necessarily the way you should do it. There's no correct way to do art. If you have a different style or a way that you do things, as long as it works, it works. You don't need to do it a specific way. If what you're doing is working, do it. If you want to experiment with what I do using the magic wand, selection pen, and kind of creating gradients that way, I would actually really recommend that. Some people use the magic wand tool, some people use a selection pen tool. Me, I use a mix of both. Now we're adding the highlight in the hair. I'm actually not super proud of the highlight I did in the hair. It kind of like, it's not that great. But it's passable, so we'll just leave it at that. Now we're adding kind of the glow of the face around the hair, basically where the skin touches where the hair is. It kind of bounces the light back onto it. It makes everything look nice and glowy. And the eyes are just the typical way I've been doing eyes for a long time. I think it looks good. You may want to do eyes differently, but this is how I do it. Now I'm adding kind of a haze behind the hair, making it look like it's kind of fading into the background. Also a soft light layer and some add glow. Now this is about the point where I noticed the base skin tone didn't quite work. It was like too red, and I just was like, I don't like it. But now we're just kind of adjusting layers, figuring things out, coloring the line art. And here pretty soon we're going to start adding a color balance. Now we're adding like little like white strands of hair to kind of like create some precision. There we go. We added a hard light layer to make the whole thing glow. Now I'm adding some hair into the foreground, and then I'm going to blur it using a motion blur. And now I'm creating copies of this parts of the hair where I'm creating even more movement and glowiness. There we go. Now we have a lot of motion. One more hard light layer just to kind of make it all glue together. Here's where I did an unsharp mask, some tonal curve to like adjust the colors a bit more and some color balance. And we are pretty much done. We're just doing some level correction to like make it all work. Another multiply layer to darken the areas. Some chromatic abrasion using the liquify tool to kind of adjust it. And some highlights in the eyes. There we go. So if you like this video, once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. If you watched to the very end, say new style in the comments. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.